Hi, I'm 218. Today we're going to take a deeper look into the word and the meaning of what is a midpoint. Okay, when you hear the word midpoint, I want you to think of that as an abbreviation for two words. Middle point. So when you hear midpoint, you think of it as the middle point. So far this year, we have already explored how to mark a midpoint or how to identify if a point is the midpoint on a segment and so on. But we have not really talked about the formula or the coordinate geometry application of what it means to be a midpoint. So today, we're going to explore things in a little different format. Okay, so let's explore this idea of what does the midpoint formula tell us to do? Why does this make sense? How are we going to use this? Okay, here's our nice example. Here's 2 points, and we're going to find the midpoint between them. Okay, so the midpoint formula says add the two x's and divide by 2. So my x values are the first number in each ordered pair, the 2 and the 7. So I'm going to add the 2 and the 7, divide by 2. Okay, then it says go ahead and add the two y values and divide by 2 again. So my y values are the 8 and the negative 4. So I add them and divide by 2. All right, doing some arithmetic, 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 divided by 2 gets me 4.5. 8 plus a negative 4 gives me a positive 4. Dividing it by 2, I get 2. So using the midpoint formula, the midpoint between 2, 8, and 7, negative 4 is 4.5, comma 2. So using the midpoint formula is pretty easy if you know the formula. But same thing holds for the distance formula and the slope formula, which will be later videos. Okay, but here's the problem that I see all the time with kids in tutoring. Well, is it a plus sign? Is it a minus sign? Does x go first? Does y go first? Okay, all these questions about the formula present a problem. If your whole way of finding a midpoint is to rely on the formula, what are you going to do on the ACT or SAT if the formula is not given and you can't remember it? Are you really going to get a midpoint question wrong because you can't remember the formula? Okay, so let's look back at this example to find the midpoint between 2 and 8 and 7 and negative 4. Except, let's get rid of a few things. Well, let's get rid of everything. Okay, let's start this problem over. I've got 2 points and I need to find the middle between the two x values and find the middle between the two y values. I need a new plan. Okay, so here's our new plan. We are going to go to the concept of what it means to be a midpoint. Remember back at the very beginning, we said a midpoint was the middle point. So I'm going to take the two x values, the 2 and the 7, I'm going to put them on the number line, and I'm going to put every number in between. Okay, so now I'm starting at the 2 and starting at the 7. I'm going to think about taking steps towards each other. Okay, so one step from the 2 puts me on the 3. One step from the 7 puts me at the 6. Again, a step towards each other. I'm at the 4 and the 5. And I can look now and say, well, there's no more steps to be taken. So the middle has to be between the last 2 steps I took, which puts me right there in between the 4 and the 5. Okay, in other words, the middle between 2 and 7, so here's 2, here's 7, the middle between them is right here at 4.5. Now I'm going to repeat this process for the y's. So the y values were 8 and negative 4. Remember, on a number line, the negative number is going to be to the left, the positive number is going to be to the right, and I have a tick mark for every single value in between. Okay, starting at the 4, starting at the negative 8, I'm going to take some steps towards each other. Now I see I have a pretty big distance here to cover, so I'm going to go ahead and take 3 steps for the first one. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So now I think I'm going to just try to do one step at a time. So one step from the left, one step from the right. One step from the left, one step from the right. And now I can see if I take one more step from the left or the right, they meet right there. So counting, if I start at 0, I can see that they met at the point 2. So the middle between negative 4 and positive 8 is right here at 2. Which now I can say the midpoint is at 4.5, comma 2. Okay, is this your fastest, most efficient method? Maybe, maybe not. However, if you are stuck somewhere without a formula, you can always rely on this method. This is your concept right here of what it means to be the middle point.